All right, hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. All right, so I've been really tired. I actually had to go and lie down. I did promise to talk to the lady Vera who came on my live, and once I got off the other live with the Growth Club, I put a call through to her, spoke to her half asleep, but honored my promise. And I gave her my advice. And of course, the Free Nation is also going to help support emotionally, just to give her strength and all that. So, yesterday night, we had Queen Mother Yabojo for we had Queen Mother Yabojo live yesterday, and there was a revelation that Yabojo brought, and should that revelation be true, it worries me because it only cements what I assumed all along. I'm 47 years old. Me on Shomo ano. Momoju Momora. I know face, I know body language. God forgive me, oh. MohBad Papa, I took for property. And you see, I'm dealing with something like that in my family. So I understand how these people think along property lines. I've said it before. One day, when I saw what was going on in my family, I gathered my children and I say, I ain't gonna leave no property for you except the house I live in. My cars, my watches. I'm not gonna give any new landed property that people are going to fight over. Don't bank on the fact that you're going to get any landed property from me. Don't even think about it. If you want landed property, go and get your own. Because I detest the way, especially the way poverty-minded people attach. You will find out how much is this property worth. They are not worried about what is even valuable. They are not worried about his catalog. If I were MohBad's family, I would leave. What's my business with property? How do I get a part of this catalog? The digital asset. Poverty mentality is tying you down to land and house. How much is this land? Christian Chimen says, go sleep. Your papa go sleep this night, you no go wake up. Olori buruku ni e, o de ma shofo ni. Hey, come back here, come back here. Your papa go sleep this night, you no go wake up. Olori buruku, ẹlẹ́sìn. Já lórí live mi dànù gba rapture. Jẹ́ tán. Wèrè. You see? Landing in Ikorodu ẹ máa gbà mí o. Land in Ikorodu, land, you'll be amazed that this land that they are talking about cannot buy tires for some of our cars. Alone need, how much is this land? It's poverty mentality. And the fact that from what I picked from Yabojo yesterday, I may be wrong. From what I picked from Yabojo yesterday, that the man is unhappy that MohBad bought property in his son's name. As in, what is causing that kind of unhappiness? What is person buy property for in pikin name? Why should that be a bone of contention? Why should that be a source of anger and frustration? I don't get it. If not for poverty mentality, unless what Iyabo Ojo is saying is not true. Do you think I will buy property in my name at my age and I will buy it in my father's name? If I'm not buying it in my name, I'm buying it in my wife's name or in my children's name. And my father has no right to inherit my property or anything that belongs to me. What is he? Is he praying that I should buy? You see, whether you run DNA or as in what is DNA inside this matter? DNA call RNA. The land is in the boy's name. Okay, so if you go and do DNA and the boy is not MohBad's son, you will change the land from his name. Impossible. That land don't dey in name, finish. If you like, go and do DNA, go and do RNA, go and do mitochondrion or any other RNA that dey inside human cell. It's like I buy car for my wife in her name. Then my wife come born pikin for outside. My pa go come say he wan collect the car wey dey her name. How? DNA call AND ni. NAD gan pàápàá. NDA. If you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen, pop those money guns. Follow my #1 gifter. As long as MohBad did not buy the property in his wife's mother's name, MohBad has no fault. If MohBad bought the land in his wife's mother's name, then we say it's a case of manipulation. If MohBad bought the land for in wife mama name, then we can say, they don't manipulate the boy, they don't use his head. Even if MohBad bought the land in his wife's name, but say him buy land for him pikin name, MohBad secured the bag for his son, not his father. And you see, this Nigerian mentality of tí òkété tókété bá dàgbà ọmú ìyá ẹ̀ ló máa mú. Nonsense away. Get up and fix your country so you don't have to depend on the next generation. Poverty mindset is a problem. How can you someone says Iyabo Ojo is a lie, you guys don't like MohBad's dad. J Rapture, time factor. You call yourself time factor. You are a fraction of time. Bent your head like an obtuse angle. Jadanu, glory live me, J Rapture. Another person not Tunde bi by J Rapture. Ayé ẹ má bàjẹ́ wèrè. Ò ní ṣoríire. Where do we know him from? We are reading the update that we are getting. I say we don't like somebody. Follow my #1 gifter if you are watching on TikTok. Oh yeah, double click that screen. Tap, 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 tap. You see, that notion of parents retiring on their children's head is wickedness. Is wickedness. One day, one of my uncles, they vex with me, say, in their advice in son no listen to my advice. Waiting, I tell that my uncle, go greet me till he buy. He just, at the vex, they can't carry the matter, come meet me. One call table and waju me. Omo, mo give fun or gidini. I cut down for them. You the advise person how you go live in life. How you live your own life reach? Where your own life reach? Where you the advise another person? Let me tell you, from the beginning of this, I was more sympathetic towards the wife than to anybody. Because I know how una. You see, let me tell you the worst thing. Women, now be women greatest enemy. Women are the enemy of women. Go and do DNA. Go and, when the father was saying DNA, I'm wondering where's that coming from? The father said it with his own mouth. He said, "Entoba bi mosinoja ni 2:00 kole ni koma wodi. Anybody we born picking for market, no fit talk say me they no looking quick." I the one that say, to me, all I smell landed property, and I've been saying this thing back. Anytime I'm just seeing landed property issues. That woman will do that DNA test, and that DNA test to prove that MohBad is his son. And when you are done, want to see what you will now do. Because you don't trust the wife. May your mother not lose her husband and people point fingers. I was driving in the car one day, one of my aunties, and one of my aunties was calling another one of my aunties a witch. And I told her, my auntie, I said, do you know that you yourself, that you are pointing to this other woman and saying is a witch? You have all the attributes of a witch. Women find it so easy and convenient to point at other women. I understand when men do it. Men can be insensitive to the needs of women. But when a woman points toward another woman, may you, this thing will do MohBad, if you do any woman, may you never experience what it is like to lose a spouse in Nigeria, a husband in Nigeria. Especially make that husband can't get landed property, may can't get poor relatives. Two, a very bad combination for a woman. Say your husband get property and say he get poverty relatives. Let me tell you, from when I was 19 years old, now I tell my papa, say I'm not needing property. When I was 19, and I said it in a public place, I said the only property where I go come out for your house, me, now the food where they chop every day. And any day where I come out for your house, and no one here say you share button, give me. And no one here say you share louver for window, give me. And no one here say you share fan, give me. I'm not interested in your property. And I said it to the hearing of all my uncles, aunties, and grandparents at that time. And I knew peace. You will not understand it. All sorts of bad eye in my body. Because now me be my papa first son. What is the proper? Where is that property? Is the property in Banana Island? One of my uncles looked me in the eye and said, do you know that all the work your father is doing and all this property is gathering, it is for you? Now I get up, now I go carry the documents, come. Now I say, show me my name on all these documents. Person buy property for a name, you say, nah, for me. Please, 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 I'm not interested. That's why I clear all of them. At 19, I was a kid. And I have never looked back. I never needed any property from my father. What I needed was for him to be there for me. What I needed was when I was going through school and I needed money, he should help me with it. My mother was the one that was doing all that. My father was buying property. For who? So that people will come buy me. So I know, let me tell you, my father came from, he is the only one that is educated to university in his family. And he's a doctor. Baba, Me, I cannot allow my daughter to marry a rich man from a poor family. I'd rather you marry a poor man from a rich family than a rich man from a poor family. I would rather you marry the poorest member of a family than the richest member of a poor family. Is a problem. If you've not lived through it, you will never understand. You will never understand. So when I see MohBad's father talking property, the property, as in, they should not even be talking about property now. What is property? What is property? A human being just passed. What is property? What is this property? I want to see this property. Let me tell you something. I'll give you a joke because I like speaking with jokes. There was a very rich man who God loved and loved God and served God eternally. Someone said, what if your father had the wealth of Otegola and Dangote? Every day of my life, when I wake up and I pray to God, I thank him for not letting my father have that kind of wealth. It is a curse. If you know, you know. It is a curse. You will forever live in the shadow of your father's achievements. I thank God for the one way my papa gets, say not pass like that. Every day I thank God. $100 too big. Davido papa get too much money as far as I'm concerned. I will never pray for my father to have Davido's father's money. Come be all these other ones. You will forever. Davido is even lucky. Saying papa even allow him breathe. Most of these rich people, you will live in their shadow. They will put you under their shadow by themselves. And you, anything you do, they measure you give your papa. Every day I thank God. Why? Because I'm the author and the finisher through God of my own destiny. Where I am today, nobody my papa choose my career, nobody my papa choose my wife, nobody my papa. No. Imagine I was Adenuga's son. You go work for your papa. Now where you go end with that? Now your papa work, you go work. Finish. And you always be in his shadow. Because those people are gifted. They are 1 in a million. It is hard to outdo them. And you'll be running a race for the rest of it. But you people think they are enjoying. You think they are actually enjoying. Let me tell you, they are driving big car. They have escort. They are flying private jet. One-on-one, you are probably happier than them. One-on-one, you are probably happier than they are. You don't know what they are dealing with. You don't know the level of jealousy. When you have that much money and you have 2 or 3 sons, Baba, each of the sons go they beef the other one. They go they try outdo. Baba, your enemies will be inside your household. You know, go get enemy for outside. You don't know what it is like. The level of pressure on rich people's children. Your papa go call meeting at 3 a.m. They burn you where make you no go. You don't own your life. You are their puppets. You will get the money, anything you want. You want to drive Range Rover, you will drive. You want to fly private, you will fly. But your father will own you. And I cannot be owned. You think I can be Dangote's son and decide I want to start Free Nation? Free Nation call. I go dey refinery where I go dey work. Anything I want to do, they go dey scrutinize am. How will it affect daddy? What do you think daddy would? Dangote is even gentle. The Yoruba rich people. Or the Igbo rich people. Down to the woman where you go marry, they go pick her for you. Davido's father is 1 in a million. And maybe to an extent, $10. The rest, go and ask them now. So, I keep saying this all the time. Women, listen to me. Listen to me. Oh, I want a man who is made. You go and marry the richest man in a poor family. It happened to a woman I know. She married into a family and into one of the wealthiest families. and only gave birth to 2 daughters. The guy can't buy. They bundle. The guy no buy reach 8 months. They carry her throw away and say she not born them hair. Make they carry her children, her women, they go. That's why they kick them out of the house. Till today, she and her daughters and the husband was a billionaire. They are living from hand to mouth. Imagine she had born, she gave birth to a son. They cannot buy the son because now they stand in the way of them inheriting his property. Women, all of you that like money and like a wolf, you like choking your neck inside what they did not create with your name inside. Not go carry the one who go put you inside trouble. I don't the one on her down. Don't ever marry the richest person in a, just when you want to, if you meet a man, don't say yes, don't say no. Say, I want to meet your parents. Go and meet the parents and understand the kind of men. Now, when you meet the parents and the parents are not nice or they are not what you are looking for, but the man knows how to put them in their place, you'll be all right. It might be tough, but you'll be all right. But when you go and marry a daddy's boy from a poverty home, if the husband goes to visit his parents twice a month and then he only goes once in 2 months, you don't turn devil. They go rope down for your head. You will like money. Let me tell you, you will see money and you will run. God will not let it reach a stage where you will see money and you will run from money. I don't know who it is that I'm talking to. It depends on the family. Once poverty is the denominator in a family, they all think the same. It's only a matter of pressure. Let the pressure come. You see how it will play out. You will talk, say, I tell you this thing, write them down. In fact, don't write it down just in case you can erase. Scratch it on a wall so it will forever be a reminder for you. Because I know you women want to wear the latest hair. You want to be driving in the latest Benz. No problem. Drive it, wear it. But don't ever do it from a man. See the Davido family. Former governor Isiaka Adeleke, they there. Current governor of Osun State, they there. No be only Davido papa get money. That kind of family, they okay. But the family way Osunti Dangote's business started from his uncle Dan Tata. That kind of family, they okay. But you just jam one boy, we just hit jackpot. Say maybe in do fintech or crypto or in do real estate. It can get poor family. Assignments they fail. You married an assignment. Every morning, it go be like say they solve jam question. You wake up for morning like this, can't they do it like say they solve jam question? If you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Double click the screen. Pop my money guns. Pop my money guns. Hey, somebody just sent me a gift on Facebook. Big shout out to Ola. Just sent me £5. Thank you very much, Ola. That's appreciated. Thank you, Ola. Ashiri. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Follow my #1 gifter. Pop that money gun now. Follow my #1 gifter if you're watching on TikTok. You see, the love. And let me read a scripture for you. Just to show you, say, even Christ himself. Luke chapter 12, verse 13. Luke chapter 12, verse 13. Someone in the crowd said, Teacher, please tell my brother to divide our father's estate with me. Yahushua replied, friend, who made me a judge over you to decide such things as this? Even Christ come out hand for property matter. That's what Christ do. If you've lived among poor people, you will understand how toxic property can be. If you live with poor people, I'm not saying poor people are bad though. I'm not saying don't live with them. Just be careful not to let their toxic mentality affect you. Because poverty is not a bank account thing, it is a mental thing. Dejumoke, watch your language on my live. Talent Hunters just sent me €6. Thank you so much. You see, the problem with you people is, and I don't blame you, when you are changing dollar for 1,300 naira, why will money not be the author and the finisher of things that matter in your life? Owo ni koko. Money solveth all things. It's not your fault. It's the way you were raised. Somebody said, go read Quran on inheritance. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Quranic scholar. And I don't teach any doctrine based on the Quran. So what the Quran says on inheritance is not for me because I'm not a Muslim. Neither is it for my audience because we're not Muslims here. If you want to follow the Quran's perspective on inheritance, you go ahead. Remember, the Quran also says you should marry. The Quran allows people to marry 4 wives. I don't allow that. And this is 2022. If I'm a Christian teacher, if Christ say in hand no day property, my own hand too no day there. There's too much bitterness coming from a family that's supposed to be siblings, people supposed to be together. As in, even if, 2023, no vex. Even if MohBad papa and MohBad wife no see eye to eye, must they make it so glaringly, how do I put it, visible? From the days they were carrying him to go and bury, they were talking about property. The first conversation we heard was property. It's toxic. And if nobody will tell them, it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. He bought me car. What are all those? What's the car? Now Rolls Royce. It's embarrassing. That boy, wake by that woman, by a boy, I be waiting to call the boy, where they go catch for nightclub for another African country. The mother, what's her name? Why is the mother not talking about property? The mother is crying every day on Instagram. I want to find the person wake by my, what's the mother's name? Make I go my page. Please, abandon poverty mentality. They just catch the boy, never take. They ask the guy. His mother's name is Cordelia Okoye, the girl's mother. If you go to the girl's mother's page, you will see how the mother put her up on the page. Every day the mother is celebrating her, mourning the child. These ones are talking about they bought car, they did not buy car. As in, it's scratching my ear. I'm sorry, somebody needs to say the whole talk. They scratch my ear. MohBad, by the whole country is in mourning, and you are talking about car and property and land. As in, this land must be in Trafalgar Square or in Mayfair. Oh. This land must be in New York, oh, or California or Banana Island. Oh. As in, if una no fit talk, me I go talk give una. Or this matter dey smell. Now ọ̀rọ̀ rírùn. We're not talking about 2 acres in Old Ikoyi. We're not talking about Banana Island. We're not even talking about VGC. We're talking about Ikorodu land. And which car? What car is it? Is it a Maybach? I don't want to hear car. I don't want to hear land. All I want to hear is who is wrong. I'm even happier hearing DNA. I swear. At least DNA shows, say, okay, one, but you see the DNA now still because of land. Someone said it's shameful. It's not shameful. It's smelling. Smelling yarn. Ọ̀rọ̀ rírùn ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ rírùn gidi. How poor can you be that if somebody is passed away and what we are discussing is car and land? And those of you that think it makes sense, wọ́n yẹ kó fine wọ́n kọ́ náà kọ́ kán gbogbo yín kò ní. Ìkó gbẹ́kun mi. Wọ́n kàn yín kò ẹ̀ máa gbẹ́kun mi ni. Anytime they call the papa scan question, you no go talk 10 things, you go just hear property, you go hear car, you go as in. Let me tell you something. If you are mourning your child, let somebody take the land. But you see, let me tell you, Cordelia no get second husband. Cordelia has her daughter. She is mourning her daughter. Go to the woman's page, Cordelia Okoye. Go and check. The daughter, she pinned the daughter's page. 1, 2. You think that one concerned about property? The daughter was a successful TikToker. Maybe not on MohBad's level of success. The woman wants justice. The woman is crying every day until they caught the boy. The woman was crying every day. How can you tell me that you are mourning and inside where you they cry, they mourn, you they look land? You don't like the truth, and I will tell you the truth. This is how our parents used to think in the olden days, and you cannot correct them. Even this DNA that you are shouting, DNA, is still because of land, so that they will know who go share the land. Whether it's entitled to the land, it's still property. And I ask you today, where is this property? Those are my thoughts. I just said I was going to share my thoughts. It's as simple as that. You don't have to like me, but you must respect me if you come to my life. If you are not respectful and you come to my life, I will deal with you. You know my mouth is not good. I will definitely deal with you. You will not like what I will do to you. Please, anybody that sends me request and I invite you and you decline, I will block you because I did not ask. I'm not saying the father is not mourning the boy, and I don't have anything against the father, but it's annoying me as I'm just hearing property, car, property. There's anger that they bought property in the son's name. What's all that? They always say it's money in the landed property. Oh. Please, if you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Brother, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Very well, thank you. What are your
Very
thoughts?
good. You see, as regard to mobile issue, right?
Mm.
I've been following it from beginning to now. It is, I don't know. You see, ignorance is too much on our part. Ignorance on the part of our parents. They are very, very selfish. They're very, very, very selfish. I follow it till now. The man, most of the father, he only care about the property, money, selfishness. What about the little baby? What about the little baby that need a good life, that need a good education and good product?
God
Because
bless you, Sao.
that is what I see. You see, most of our parents, they are very lazy people. Very, very lazy. I'm not going to
I
lie
know no
to
say
you.
now only me go talk am.
No.
What
Most of our
what
parents, very, very lazy.
when you go abroad, you will see 70 something year old people, 80 something year old people still working.
I live in New York City. That's what I see
Come
all the
in.
time. When you talk about your mom, look at the way your mom working in Nigeria. That is the ethic of what is happening in Romania. She brought it to Nigeria. Our parents have been hard. That is the reason why now are a politician. Their dream is to steal. That is it. They got bad road, bad everything. Nothing is working in the country.
Hmm.
The only thing I see about white dude, they're very, very hardworking. Seriously hardworking. They work till they die. They don't rely on their kid.
Hmm.
But that kind of attitude, I hope we can change. You see, have a good character. That's the biggest problem we don't have a very good character. When I came to abroad, that's what I see. That
Hmm.
is what I learned here. We don't know how to build. We don't know how to produce. We don't take responsibility. You could imagine that boy, the guy that passed away, he's a young boy. He's a young boy. MohBad. He's very young. That freeze.
Hmm. How you doing,
So that's
brother?
only what I can say about it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right,
You're
we have a
welcome.
brother here that just joined us. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, that freeze. Thanks for bringing me on here.
Mm.
This case, I actually live in the States, Ms. Martins. I've been following this from day one. And you said a lot of things here, and I think
Oh, what happened? We lost him. What happened? We lost them. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. I'm gonna pop my money guns. Oh, nobody has popped my money guns today. I'm not happy with you people. In fact, I'm gonna close TikTok. Miss Linda, always popping. Yes, hello, my sister. Go ahead. Go ahead, my sister.
yeah, I'm back
Uh-huh.
on the network. I think it's pretty bad. Yeah, as I was saying, that if we have a long way to go in that our own country. To be frank with you,
Hmm.
when things like this happen, we are expected to actually what's going to be concerned about the wife and the kid at this particular time. Nothing is important. But as the normal, like the normal sayings goes, that you as a kid when we were growing up, that we are naturally selfish in that part of the world. Nigerians are selfish. Everybody's just concerned about what they will get. That's the problem. And people are not thinking in this light. People are thinking differently from the reality of things. This is not the time for us to be talking about property. This is not the time for us to be talking about what's called again DNA or whatever. This is the time to talk about concerned about what happened to this young man and get justice for him. But we're not concerned about that. We're just concerned about the father, which is question. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. There's a norm. It's a norm where they accuse wives of doing certain things. It has been happening for years. It's not new. It's not new. When something happens to the man, the wife will actually be questioned. It's not new. It's not new. We are talking as though it's new. It just started happening yesterday. It's not new. But we have to change. We have to. Should I use the word change? No. We should grow. That's the word. We should learn and unlearn some things of the past that is affecting our growth. We're not growing. We are static because of the way we live our lives, because the way we think. We're not growing. That's just it. I say this all the time. We say we have a bad government, but the thing is, the government is a reflection of the character of the people. We cannot get leaders from that thinks differently from the people that live in that part of the world. We are a reflection of the leaders. The leaders is a physical manifestation of us, the people that live in that part of the world. So it cannot change. we just have to grow. I don't use the word change. Let's grow and let's unlearn some things of the past, because we are actually we are pulling the part of the past that affecting our growth. It's just pathetic. It's pathetic. And our young generation, the young people that are coming up now, they are different breed of people. The way they think, oh my God, it's man. It's beyond words.
We have a beautiful lady with us. Before you say anything, let me say thank you to Stanley Arunta, bought me a money gun. Lizzie Clark 56 bought me a money gun, and Miss Linda, thank you so much, Mrs. Linda. She also bought me a money gun. All right. Double click the screen. Follow my number one gifter and pop my money guns. By the way, yes, I have reached 100,000 followers on TikTok, and that is worthy of celebration. Thank you. So, if you're watching on YouTube, super chat, super likes, and super stickers. And if you're watching on Instagram, go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. Click on today's video, bottom left-hand corner, you see how to buy stars. And if you buy 1,000 stars, I'll give you a special shout out. So hello, lady, introduce yourself and go on.
Hello, this is Dio calling. If you remember, I've come regarding this same case before. You remember I was the attorney you brought live? Hello?
Oh, yes, I remember.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
And unfortunately, I had to go. I had to leave early. And I was pretty much a bit disturbed from the perspective, the case, the way you were handling it then, because when we were talking about the DNA, my emphasis where I was going is exactly your position today. And I'm very, very happy about the position you have brought onto light today. Because I wasn't trying to say that the DNA couldn't be credible under certain circumstances, but not in this situation. The DNA, absolutely, if they are going to request the DNA, it either has to come from either the parents of the child, of which one of them is deceased, or if the grandfather has an interest, but it is not the DNA that will prove whether the spouse spied the husband. The DNA, even if they do the DNA and it's not the biological child, does not prove anything on this case that the spouse actually spied the husband. And when the DNA came on, It was when people started donating money to the spouse. The interest of the DNA came when people started. I don't know how we people from this part think. People have started having vested interest in the property. I'm sure people were thinking, well, in their mind, all this money going to this woman. Why not? It is an act of charity for the child that was born. Most importantly, everything should be done in the best interest of the child. I don't see the best interest of the child.
Of course.
Yeah. People are just fighting for property, fighting for, trying to divert the case. And I try to let you know the emphasis of the legal standpoint. You brought up some people, they said they were a couple and they were lawyers. Unfortunately, the case brought up was not a credible case. It mentioned one Musa case. No, I have gone to check that case. That case does not exist. It does not even align in this situation. According to the Nigerian law, that child has been admitted and claimed by the deceased that he's his own child legally, according to the Nigerian law. That is his child, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Absolutely.
Whether DNA or no DNA.
DNA.
According to the Nigerian law, that child is his child. There are a lot of people that father children that are not their children. Father children, they adopt children, they take children from other parents. In marriage, they have agreed, and the father agreed that this is my child. He has presented that child to the whole world. That has his own child. Who are we to say otherwise?
Of course.
That is who he wants. That is his legacy. If we truly love this guy called MohBad, we should love his legacy. We should not try to tear apart whatever he has put down. People that are saying that they love him, they don't truly love him. You don't love him by attacking his family. You don't love him by attacking his child, by trying to disinherit that child from him.
Just imagine that. Imagine that.
You don't love him by trying after the fact that he is no longer there. You now want to ruin everything that he has left. You don't love him. You all outside that didn't know him from Adam, including me. We never knew him before. You can't love him. Unfortunately, let me bust your bubbles. You can't love him more than his immediate
More than his
family.
father. Of course. Yeah. It's impossible.
So I don't understand this hula value about what Nigerians are doing. A lot of people are vested, they're interested in that money and its property. Is it your family? What is your business? Let the police investigate. Let them do due diligence. Let the case go to court. Let due process follow.
Absolutely. That's it.
So I do not get it. What they're trying to do, that's what I was trying to come from that day. To bring it from that DNA angle. Because it just came out from nowhere. I do not know this family from Adam, but I'm telling you from the legal standpoint that go and do your research. Except the police has reasonable suspicion for his wife. And if they just feel that they want to do the DNA, but according to the law in Nigeria, DNA, when people are married, except if they are not married, in a marriage, if you are married, no judge will issue a court order to go and do a DNA because there is nothing contesting. Before this guy died, he did not dispute the paternity of his child. And he didn't request for one.
Yeah.
So, and I told you about precedents. I have told you about precedents in Nigerian courts, and it is the same in the United States of America, most states.
Yeah.
There's precedents. We use common law. And I cited Duru versus Duru. I cited Ibiachi versus Ibiachi. There are other ones that are brought up. I said, except the law has changed. Why I came back to this platform that is free today is to tell you that I have gone to do my due diligence. I have gone to check that precedent. It still stands. Except, it said, it is presumed at law that any child born during the subsistence of any marriage is the child belonging to that marriage. Legally, MohBad is the father of that child. And nobody can contest that, even with DNA. So the position of the grandfather, I do not understand.
That one is it's.
I don't understand it. How can, God forbid, I will not die before my time? How can a father be trying to inherit a son? It is even like a curse.
Unimaginable.
It's a curse. Even in this our Yoruba land, it is a curse.
I think
a father inheriting a child. If that child now dies and puts you in his will as a parent, that's a different thing. That's
what are you even doing? What are you even doing in your child's will? When nobody say the child get cancer.
How can a parent want to be inheriting from a child? I don't understand.
It does not happen in any part of the world. It does not happen in any part of the world.
Big shout out to the good witch. She's my number 2 gifter. She's just popping those roses. Pop my money guns. Follow my number 1 gifter if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok.
Hey, John, please, somebody should explain to me when father started inheriting children in Nigeria. Please, somebody should come and be explaining it to me. So
about it. Like we are too emotional. We love the family more than we love the so-called MohBad more than the family among the people that are actually close to him.
This man, according to me, I've hardly even seen him mention the name of that child.
His property and car.
Not the house for that child. It should be a child. It should be the happiest man on earth to even be happy that his child.
Hey. Oh boy.
That is the joy of this man. The man should be happy that this MohBad left a son for him. And he should be advocating. He should even be happy that people have rallied around and contributed money so that the weight of the raising of the child will not even extend to him or extend to anybody.
No, with child. We get his own new wife. You see, poverty.
Where I was very suspicious was the fact that he was rushing to even bury him in the midnight. He wanted to bury him in the midnight. Kogemi.
Yes.
It looks fetish to me.
Too many.
Why not you bury your child with so much haste? The child died under suspicious situation. You didn't even call the police. You didn't go and call family meetings on your family.
See, that alone is enough.
He now washed.
You see, that one, he has explained that one. He said he was sorry, blah, 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 blah. Okay, no problem. My own is just this whole property
his medicine is after the fact. I believe it was coached. No, I don't believe that. I believe it was coached. It's just trying to do damage control. It's damage control I believe he was trying to do. What he did first when he came out was his real intention, his real emotion when he came out.
It's just to me. I think this we just have to work on ourselves. That's what I think. That's what I have to say. And the fact that we are selfish is because it's an act of selfishness for you to actually talk about possessions, to talk about properties.
Exactly.
And also the fact that I know poverty also has a way of ruining people's way of thinking. I know it has a role to do. It has a role to play when it comes to you making certain decisions in life. There's something you should not even say or voice out.
Exactly.
Which has affected his mind in a way that he can't even think straight. Talking about I think he's seeking the world's attention. Anyway, the light is shown on him, so I think he's enjoying it.
Do you know what is even funny that I found out? Did you hear when he was saying he was even trying to live under the glory of that boy? What does that? He started saying that, in fact, the song MohBad sang, that he was actually the one that sang it. You know? He started using using it to kind of promote his music. Who does that?
It's
Unfortunately, this thing I would not have come out, but it has become something that it's been a major worldwide case that has brought everybody's attention. And it sickens me. Each day maybe I might just go on social media and I just see this thing and it just annoys me.
You know what? I want to hand over to Ada right now. Yeah. Ada, let's hear from you. What are your thoughts on this matter?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Pops. Hi. I really don't know if this is the right time for us to go back to what the dad did when the young boy died and all of that. I think we've gone past that. Right now, we're talking about how he's handling things. And like I said yesterday, it's a bit worried. It's not even a bit worrisome. It's saddening. Yeah, that's the right term. It's saddening that he's handling it this way. I've lost someone before, not a child, not any of my brothers or siblings, but I've lost close family members who left kids behind. And as emotional as I was within a month, 2 or 3, we all rally, lay pledges, or just want to take up the responsibility of this child or that child, and things like that. But I'm not seeing that with this family. Instead, all I see is he owned this, he owned that, and it's really scary. Yeah, I am pretty sure that wherever he is, he'll be very much disappointed in the fact that his dad was more like the family member he was upfronting or revealing to the public. So he has so much trust in the dad, and with how he's going, even though you have a problem with your sons or your late sons, why? Is this the right time to address the issue? If the marriage was unhealthy, was toxic, if she was doing what people are saying she was doing, how come your son was still there? He claimed to be a loving father. Why did you not handle it when he was still pretty much alive and, healthy and able to handle things? It's now that he's gone, which is now making me feel maybe, there was a problem, but it's like he's magnifying it right now because the person involved is no longer here to defend himself. So I believe right now, even cock and bull stories will be fabricated, just to paint someone. But I'm saying, not like I'm also making a case for her, because right now, everybody, as far as I'm concerned, aside Liam, everybody is a suspect, a prime suspect, until justice is gotten. But the dad, I must say, I don't know him personally, but I am pretty much disappointed. And DF is right at the end of the day, because tell me he had his own building, he had his own cars. What that boy left will not be his worry at this point. You'll be ready to even empty your account to get justice. Again, talking about justice, what if at the end of the day it was just a natural cause? We've seen a month-old baby buying 2-year-old kids, 20-year-olds. So what if it was just a natural cause? Now, he was just supposed to not be calm, but be pretty much invested in getting justice, not saying statements or pointing fingers to the angle where it's you want some answers based on what you tend to or you want to achieve from the whole circumstance. Because even what Iyabo just said yesterday, according to Queen Mother, she said, the dad asked me to ask for questions pertaining to the things he left behind. For a dad, people, the entire country is mourning. We're not even concerned about what he left. We're just concerned about the safety of the wife and the son. But you're asking them to go ask questions on papers and, bro.
That's the height of selfishness. That's just the problem. And it's a problem. It's a societal problem also. It's not just his problem. It's a societal problem that needs to be coped. Yes.
And honestly, okay.
I'm listening to you, my dear.
Pray and wish that truly what the Queen Mother said yesterday, she just did the truth. Everything he got was gotten under the name of the son. That way, let us see how he's going to benefit. I'm not saying he should not. At the end of the day, you sent your child to school and all of that, but that should not make you entitled. It's pretty saddening that in this part of the world, most parents think that way. In an ideal society, kids are supposed to depend on their parents. But these days, like the rest is the case. Parents are just
Nigeria is very backward.
They are
Nigeria
raised
is
that
very...
way. They are raised that way. Take care of our parents. They're supposed to be able to take care of us.
Doesn't mean they should be entitled.
Yeah.
To the point where even when you're no longer in existence, they don't even care about your kids. They don't care about your child. It's about what they stand to benefit. Like, really? So what if that child was not that successful? What would you have done? Why can't you have that mindset that you did your best as a dad, you took care of him while he was there. Right now he left a grandchild for you to still take care of. But no, you just want to take everything to yourself and then let that grandchild start from the grassroots. It makes no sense.
That grandchild represents him. That's what I think. He should be happy he left somebody, he left a seed to represent him. All this talk of DNA or no DNA shouldn't even be an issue, because right now you should be concerned about the seed that was left. It should be protecting both parties, the son and the wife, at this moment, right now. Then the investigation will continue. Fine, talk about what happened to them. But right now, you should be concerned about a life, somebody leaving, that son, that little boy. You should be concerned about him. And it all boils down to our societal trends. It's a norm where, it's a norm. We need all this I think we're not moving forward in that part of the world because of the fact that we are selfish, including me. That's it. We are selfish.
I'm not saying the dad should be happy. Nobody would be happy losing a child, not to talk of the breadwinner of the family. Absolutely no one. But don't give society the vibe that you're happy that happened and you want to get all the things he left behind. Don't do it. I mean, there is a way you will accept the wife and the son. These things will come back to you naturally. Yeah, because the wife might actually feel she's not strong enough to handle some things, or she want to go back to school, or she want to go back to something. And if you're loving enough and responsible enough, that child will be left in your care while she goes on with her life, because she's still young. What if she gets married to someone else tomorrow? And I want to marry. I want to be married to a single mom, but I don't want your child here. Some people are like that. Yeah. If he's loving and responsible enough, that child will be with him, and him taking care of that child or being in that child's life will give him 100% access to whatever the son left behind. Absolutely. But not when the very first day he was being laid to rest, people are already discussing protests. Like, really? Ladies, I think we should all be careful and prayerful about the kind of families we marry into.
And I was saying that earlier on.
Yeah, DF said something. When you have a man who stands up to his family, you're covered. And I was in the comment section at the time. All I said in my mind was, while he's alive. Because if he goes, sis, you're out. That one to me itself is even a red flag. A man that is the only person I have in a family. Because when you're getting into marriage, you're not just marrying that person, you're marrying the entire family. And if you're not accepted, my sister, please run. Because when he's sick, when he's normal, who fights the world with you?
That's it, man. So it's nice being here. Thanks for bringing.
Thank you guys for coming, Ada.
All right.
Lovely seeing you. I was supposed to call you yesterday. I've been so tired. I'm gonna call you. Take good care of yourselves, guys, and we'll definitely converge again soon. Take care.
All right, sir.
And God bless
you. Take
you.
care. God bless you. Bye then.